guys.
Hi
Welcome again
guys.
to our channel. We are always excited whenever we come over here.
Oh yes.
Yes. We love you. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes, for the shares. Thank you so much. Okay guys, so today is another
episode
of the Bible Couple
Gist.
Because we have many couples in the Bible and their stories are there to inspire us, to teach us, and as well as encourage us. So we are exploring these couples to bring out some marriage lessons from each of them.
I see you in my future, the one I've been praying for, the perfect match for me. It's a special song from me, just for you.
We've studied quite a while, and we are up with one of the most famous couples in the Bible.
Oh yes.
When you hear old and grey, what comes to your mind?
Old and grey.
Of course, it's Abraham and Sarah. Yes. We're going to be discussing Abraham and Sarah, not generally, just picking one or two things, because of course their stories are never ending.
Yeah, there are so many lessons, many stories about Abraham
to have a long
and Sarah.
video. We'll just take the few things that has been laid in our hearts to share.
Yes, there's a particular story about Abraham and Sarah from the Bible that we're just going to major on for the sake of today's episode of Basic Gist. And that's in the book of Genesis, chapter 18, and from verse 6 to 12. Okay? Yes, from verse 6, Genesis chapter 18, and it's King James Version I'm reading from. And Abraham hastened into the tent unto Sarah and said, Make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham ran into the herd and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hasted to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. And they said unto him, Where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, Behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life, and lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? So, it's a very, very short but interesting drama that happened between Abraham, the wife, and interestingly, there were 3 angels. The Bible called them angels, or 3 people in that story. So the background to the story actually is that these guys, angels, were passing, and Abraham came and saw them in the morning and was like, oh, these are strangers. They are probably on a journey, and like he would do, he called them and asked them to please come to my house. They refused initially, but he pressed on them and said, even if it's just to take a cup of water or to just have something to eat. And then these
Abraham was a kind man.
Angels
he was
obliged.
When he said no, he said, you have to come. Just please come, even if it's a cup of water. Sometimes we try to be kind to people, and when they resist, we're just like, okay, whatever. But we don't persuade, we don't try to persuade. Come on, I don't bite. Come on.
And then it makes the person feel, are you sure that this thing is even coming from his heart?
Comfortable. I don't want to break your line of thought. I just mentioned that. So continue what you were saying.
Yeah. And so looking at the way Abraham asked these angels, or these 3 men, to come have something to drink or to eat in his house, the Bible says he hasted, he ran, he did it quickly. The first person he went to in the house was his wife. He said, you need to be fast, you need to be fast. Quickly get 3.
And the thing is, we read this particular verse in different translations, and we saw how these translations translated this particular verse. Some said fast, some said be fast, some said make it in a hurry, some said hurry up, and some said get ready quickly. So it was that action word for us.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Fast. Do it hastily. You know, not so many women will be able to take that in.
We all know that Abraham and Sarah are old and gray, right? And to use the word hurry quickly for old people is kind of awkward.
Actually, it is.
I used to think being old means being slow and sluggish and staggering, but they seem to be active, alert, awake, and it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, you can imagine an old man speaking to his old wife and saying, hurry up and prepare 3 plates of food. I have a guest. Now, these guests did not inform them that they were coming. These guests are strangers, absolute strangers. These guests are not popular people like maybe the president of the country or prominent people. Men. They are unknown. They don't know them. Ordinary people. And then this old man is asking the old wife to be fast. Do it quickly. You need to get this thing done fast.
Another thing we point out is the fact that Abraham at that age could also order his wife. Like, it looks like they were still into the marriage thing. They're like couple goals. Being that old and your husband can tell you, babe, we didn't have a guest, can you please quickly do this? That means they have a very great relationship.
The guy didn't even say please. Abraham didn't even say please.
Yeah, I'm only looking at the relationship. Like,
I know. I'm even trying to add
it's already there. It's already established.
Amazing. Like, when I look at that particular story, I'm like, wow. If people who are old, if a couple that's old can be this way, how much more the younger ones?
How much more were they when they were even younger?
Or how would they be? If they were younger.
Yes. Abraham and Sarah are quite inspiring. Their life is an inspiration. We don't want to talk about the faith, waiting on God and all that. We thought to bring out this particular verse and share, because this is one thing that is actually pertinent in our season right now. The season of being hospitable and up and doing, not relaxing on our horse, not being too complacent with the things that are important. All right.
True.
Another thing I found out about Abraham and Sarah is the fact that Sarah called Abraham Lord. I don't know if there is any other couple in the Bible who refers to their significant other that way, but that was something to also look at. As old as they were, Sarah was not a feminist. She worshipped her husband, she adored her husband, she obeyed her husband. When Abraham told Sarah, get ready, she didn't resist. The Bible recorded that she
did not.
She didn't. That means at that age, they've grown so into each other that she can even tell what the man is trying to say.
Let me also add that, there is this tendency of see finish that can happen when you stay with somebody for too long. The person might be speaking to you, or even if the person is your husband, the person might be giving you instructions or giving you command, but the spirit of see finish will make you to hesitate or to ask questions. Do you know that at the point when Abraham asked Sarah to go prepare those meals hastily, Sarah hadn't seen the guests.
Yes.
Sarah knew nothing about Sarah. All Sarah knew was that my husband has instructed me to go and prepare 3 plates of food, and she did not argue. Chai, what a wife! Chai, what a couple! Some other women would want to ask questions. Who are we preparing the food for? Who is going to eat the food? Why are you hurrying me now? Why you know, all those kind of hesitations. But she never did all that. Thumbs up, Sarah. I wish all women, Christian women, will learn and be like this.
Be like how?
No, my wife is like that already.
No, be like how. Let me know what you're saying.
You know, like, the spirit of see finish will not be on.
Okay.
I mean the spirit of see finish.
Okay. I thought the other one you mean by the Lord part. I think that was then. I don't think I want to call you Lord, or I don't know. I don't know, but I'm not call you, but I will treat you that way. I don't know. I'll treat you that way instead.
Okay, that's fine. No problems. Treat me like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's another way of calling me. You know, even if you don't call me, you can treat me that way. Like I feel like a king. You know.
Yeah, I better treat you like a king than call you king.
Okay. In the last, it's not in the last verse. Somewhere in the story we just read, you realize that Sarah was nowhere around these guests. Like, they had to even ask Abraham, where is your wife? Where is your wife? That shows that Sarah did not compete for attention with the husband. You know, that situation whereby there is a special guest in the house and then people are preparing, running around to just make sure that the guests, they are fine, they are good. And then the wife of the house wants to register her presence and wants to come out and want to be seen and want to be known as the one who made the things, everything to happen, you know, all those things. She didn't bother about all those things. She stayed somewhere away. She stayed somewhere apart and waited for the time when she would be called to come out. She did not compete for attention with her husband.
So that means Abraham was willing to even attend to the guests without...
Abraham served the guests.
Actually.
In fact, that's another lesson for men.
For men as well.
You know, Abraham served the guests.
But I also think whatever works for a couple in that aspect, but that's a lesson to learn from
from
Abraham and Sarah. Whatever works for you, but make sure that there is a synergy. There is you guys are serving each other. The Bible says serve one another. So there is that submitting to one another. Abraham and Sarah, as old and grey as they were still, following these biblical principles in marriage.
Yeah, correct. And then to wrap up, the whole drama, the whole story from the beginning till the very end looks typically like what should be happening between a young couple. Not like something that should be happening to, an old couple, stricken in age, like grandpa standard. You can imagine the whole drama, run around, and they did those things themselves. Why I said that is because typically for an old couple, maybe the kind in our time now, they would want to have servants around, people who take the water to the bathroom, people who do this and that. Sarah had servants, but despite that, they did the whole service themselves.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Fine, and I like that they worked together. Abraham didn't just take it upon himself that my guest is here, so I'll talk to the maid by himself, or just try to the owner of his house. He was able to also tell Sarah, all right, we have a guest, let's do something.
Yeah, he wasn't like a commander-in-chief in his house, like commander-in-chief, like ruler, like, what am I saying?
Whatever. Just to bring these lessons out of Abraham and Sarah, we have many other couples in the Bible we're going to be discussing. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like and share. More videos will be coming up soon. So
I'd like you to drop your comments, if you have contributions or what you think about the story we just shared, things that stood out for you, things you noticed about the life of Abraham and Sarah from the story we've just shared. Drop your comments. Let's hear your views as well. All right. So we'll see you in our next video, guys. Bye.